Now, ClearStack is a multi-tenant, multi-subtenant system. So for any client, we can create a new tenant based on their uh, use case complexity and volume. And for such large organizations who need a separate tenant, generally also need multiple subtenants as well, so that they can segregate access within their business units or geographies, etc. And all of that is supported in ClearStack architecture. So let me log into one of the subtenants as an administrator so that I can have access to everything. Once I log in, you can see as a user, I can see all the document types that have been enabled for this particular subtenant. Like you can see invoices, receipts, purchase orders, etc., insurance policies, and many others. And if I want to review any particular document, I can click that card and go into the details. So here I can see all the documents that have been already processed, invoices that have been already processed in ClearStack, and you can see various cards of or filters where you can click if you want to look at only the unapproved documents or all documents or approved documents, etc. Right? And um, if you want to look at some of the KPIs or dashboards, you could navigate to the Insights tab and look at the dashboards that we may have configured for you depending on your KPIs. Once you for the ease of this demo, I am showing it to you through our user interface, browser-based user interface, which means obviously you don't have to install any software locally. As long as you have latest Chrome browser, it should be all fine. But most of the functionality that I am demonstrating through the user interface is also feasible through our API layer, so that you can completely automate your workflow through integrations. Now, when you actually go into any particular document type, you can see all the documents that have been already processed, but you can also ingest new documents. And there are multiple ways of uploading any document, like invoice. For example, you want to upload new document. So that can be done with multiple channels. One channel is simply you can just click this add new button and you can pick up any file from your network. This file can be PDF, Word, or it can also be any image format file, like images saved in PDF file or JPG, BMP, TIFF, etc. All are supported, or it can even be a zip file. So adding the documents manually is one channel. The second channel is you can use our API to automate. And the third channel is you can integrate ClearStack with any of your cloud infrastructure. Like if you want ClearStack to pick up your invoices from a specific Google Drive folder, it can be configured to pick it up automatically. Or it can be configured to even pick up the invoices through your S3 AWS S3 bucket. And one more channel is you can simply auto forward your emails to a specific email ID that we can provide. For example, XYZ at clearstack.com, and those invoices will be processed automatically. ClearStack looks at duplicity of invoices based on multiple parameters: file name, date of the invoice, name of the supplier, total amount of the invoice, invoice number, as well as number of line items. So these are just a few such characteristics that determine duplicity of an invoice. Um, so once the invoices are ingested in or uploaded into ClearStack, you can monitor the processing status through this page, or you can also monitor the processing status using our API. And once the invoice is processed, you can uh, you can actually look at that particular invoice in either ClearStack user interface, or get that data automatically from ClearStack into your system through our API. Now, if you want to look at any invoice, you can simply click that particular record in ClearStack user interface, and you will be able to view the invoice, the image of the invoice, side by side against the data that is extracted or predicted from that invoice, along with the audit results of that invoice. Now, in this particular case, we have configured certain fields uh, for any invoice to be picked up. And all these fields, the data has been captured by ClearStack. Now, if I want to review, let's say, supplier name, I can just simply click on this value here, and I can see exactly where this supplier name has been picked up by ClearStack. Right? It is highlighted automatically. And if I click, let's say, invoice number, ClearStack also on the invoice image highlights what that invoice number is and how that information has been predicted. In addition to all these uh, single value attributes prediction, ClearStack also has very powerful line item data extraction or prediction. So you can see that on this particular page, there are actually 16 different entries of line items, 16 line items, and it is a two-pager document. On page one, there are 16 line items. If I go to second page, there are no line items here. But if I navigate to page one, you will be able to view that ClearStack has predicted all the information for all the line items, including item number, description, HSN codes, quantity, etc. Now, you will also observe that ClearStack AI has actually attempted to standardize the information about these fields. So, for example, in the in this particular invoice, item DESC is the name of the field which contains description of each line item. Similarly, QTY is the name of the field which contains quantity for each line item. But ClearStack has actually identified them as standard names of description uh, and quantity, and hence you can see that ClearStack has automatically identified this field item DSC as description, so that you don't have to, when the data is pushed by ClearStack to your downstream system, the downstream system doesn't have to remember that, hey, if it is item DSC, then it must be description field. All this is standardized automatically by ClearStack, irrespective of how that information is represented in the invoice. Even QTY field is standardized to quantity. So similarly, many other fields automatically are standardized by ClearStack, so that the same consistent field names are available for you to process when the data gets into your downstream system from ClearStack. In addition to this information, you also can see that ClearStack has, in this particular case, identified one of the fields with a exclamation mark, which is an exception. And in this case, ClearStack has a rich support for an audit engine. ClearStack has built-in audit engine, which can be utilized to configure any audit rules for depending on your organization's need. And in this particular case, I have configured a audit rule which says I want ClearStack to flag an exception if the invoice value is above 500,000 or 5 lakh rupees. And in this particular case, if I click on that exclamation mark, I can actually see what that exception is, why that exception has arose. And this can help me um, automate my document verification to a large extent, so that not only data entry, but also validation of that data or verification of that data is completely automated.